Our planet is home to a vast array of amazing and truly breathtaking places, each of which captivates the imagination with its unique beauty, singularity, and mystery. Some of these natural corners resemble sets from fantasy films, where every detail seems crafted specifically to amaze and delight. Other natural landscapes are so unusual and exotic that it's hard to believe in their reality, as if they are a fantasy or an illusion conjured by the imagination of an artist or director. However, among all these incredible places on Earth, there is one special spot that stands out particularly brightly and attracts attention with its peculiarity: Socotra Island. Its landscapes are so whimsical and fantastic that it feels as if we've landed on another planet, rather than the familiar earthly surface. The international organization UNESCO has recognized Socotra Island as the strangest and most unusual region in the world, and this recognition is well deserved. Socotra is a true natural phenomenon, a place that amazes with its unique natural beauty and richness. Here, one can see unique flora and fauna that cannot be found anywhere else on the planet. The island's landscape resembles the surface of the Moon or Mars more than familiar earthly landscapes. This remarkable corner of the world seems created for those seeking adventure and wishing to immerse themselves in the mysterious and mystical atmosphere of unexplored territories. In this new video from the Rizzy channel, we embark on an exciting journey through this enigmatic and unique corner of the planet to better understand its natural features, get acquainted with the culture of the local inhabitants, and find out why it is considered one of the most unusual and amazing places on Earth. This remote island, belonging to Yemen, is surrounded by many secrets and mysteries, and its isolation only enhances the sense of mystery. Many scientists believe that due to its prolonged isolation, Socotra Island has preserved features of ancient ecosystems that existed millions of years ago. Here it seems as if time has stopped, and every step reveals something incredible and unexpected to the traveler. It is located in the Arabian Sea, about 35 kilometers off the coast of Yemen, and is considered one of the most remote islands in the world. Over millions of years of isolation, a unique ecosystem has developed on the island, home to plants and animals found nowhere else on Earth. Because of this, Socotra is often called the Galapagos of the Indian Ocean, a place where the distinctive flora and fauna are endemic, meaning plants and animals that are not found elsewhere. This island is like a separate, self-contained world, where nature has taken its own path of development, creating landscapes and living organisms that have no counterparts in other parts of the planet. Some plant species on Socotra are so ancient and archaic that they date back millions of years, and their appearance has remained virtually unchanged throughout these epochs. The island's flora and fauna amaze with their diversity and uniqueness. You can encounter the rarest reptiles, unusual birds, and even insects that look like creatures from a distant past, as if frozen in the age of dinosaurs. One of the most famous symbols of this place is the dragon's blood tree, a giant plant with a dense crown spreading upwards, resembling a huge umbrella. This unique vegetation not only astonishes with its unusual shape, but also possesses remarkable properties. If the bark of this tree is damaged, it begins to ooze a thick red resin which locals call dragon's blood. In ancient times, this resin was widely used for medicinal and ritual purposes, as well as for making dyes and varnish. Today, scientists confirm that dragon's blood has powerful antibacterial and anti-inflammatory properties, and thus it is still used in traditional medicine. Besides its practical values, the dragon's blood tree plays a crucial role in the island's ecosystem. It provides shade and moisture. On Socotra Island, renowned for its unique nature and rich biodiversity, entire plant species continue to disappear, causing deep concern among ecologists and specialists dedicated to preserving rare ecosystems. Among the many astonishing representatives of flora found only on this island, the so-called desert rose, or, as it is also known, the bottle tree, holds a special place. This unusual, truly unique creature got its name due to the peculiar shape of its thick, bottle-like trunk, which stores moisture. During dry periods of the year, it uses these reserves for survival, allowing it to withstand the extreme conditions in which it must exist. In spring and summer, when it is time for blooming, the desert rose is covered with bright, flame-like pink flowers, creating a striking contrast with the surrounding dry, rocky landscapes. This spectacle truly captivates everyone who witnesses it. The blooming of this plant becomes one of the most vivid and unusual natural phenomena on the island, attracting not only tourists eager to admire the beauty of nature, but also scientists seeking to understand the mechanisms of plant adaptation to harsh desert conditions. Nevertheless, despite its exceptional resilience and adaptation to extreme climatic conditions, the desert rose is also under threat of extinction. The cause is climate change and the reduction of natural habitats, which negatively affects the population of these trees. Some of them are centuries old, and their slow growth makes them particularly vulnerable to external factors, such as human activity and environmental changes. These ancient plants, having survived for centuries, bear witness to the island's history, and their preservation has become a crucial task for ecologists and conservationists. At the same time, the wildlife of Socotra is no less unique and diverse than its vegetation, and deserves special attention. The island is home to many rare and endemic species of animals that cannot be found anywhere else on the planet. Among them, the so-called endemic genets stand out, a special kind of creature that has adapted to life in the hot and arid climate. Their coloring often mimics the shades of the surrounding rocks and stony landscapes, providing excellent protection from predators and helping them remain unnoticed in this harsh world. Additionally, Socotra hosts several bird species found only on this island. Among them are the Socotra starling, Socotra warbler, and the sunbirds known as Socotras. These birds have become a living symbol of this remarkable place, a testament to its uniqueness and rich biodiversity. However, perhaps the most enigmatic part of the local fauna is the bats, the only mammals living in the wild specifically on this island. According to scientists, the ancestors of these bats arrived here thousands of years ago and have since adapted to the new conditions. Unlike most other species, the local bats possess unique behavioral traits. They can find food even in the driest seasons, making their study particularly important for scientists researching evolution and animal adaptability to extreme conditions of isolation. Despite its isolation and remoteness from continental landmasses, Socotra has been inhabited by humans for many thousands of years. Historians believe that the first inhabitants appeared here in ancient times, and over the centuries of its existence, it became an important trading point on maritime routes connecting Africa, the Arabian Peninsula, and India. This strategic and cultural crossroads attracted travelers, merchants, and explorers, leaving their mark on the culture and traditions of the local people. Today, the indigenous people of the island, known as Socotrans, speak a unique language that, in its linguistic features, is unlike Arabic. On the island of Socotra, where the traditional homes of the locals are simple yet sturdy stone structures, life is shaped by the harsh natural conditions. These small stone dwellings provide reliable protection from the scorching sun and strong winds, which often make life very difficult. Despite the external austerity and relentlessness of the climate, the inhabitants of this island are known for their hospitality and careful attitude towards the surrounding nature. These traditional knowledge and skills are passed down from generation to generation, becoming an important part of their cultural identity. The people here are knowledgeable about many local plants, their medicinal properties, and ways to use them for various ailments, as well as how to survive with limited resources, which required wisdom and patience. However, modernity, with its globalization and climate changes, is gradually infiltrating the daily lives of the islanders, causing changes in their usual way of life. These new conditions present them with new challenges, requiring adaptive solutions and a reassessment of old traditions. The climate on Socotra plays a special role. It shapes a unique natural environment that has remained virtually unchanged for centuries. The island is dominated by arid and hot conditions, with rainfall being extremely rare and irregular, making it particularly vulnerable to weather changes. The summer months bring powerful monsoon winds to the island, which not only intensify the dryness and heat, but also make the island almost inaccessible to maritime transport. These winds can reach incredible strength, causing high waves and creating extreme weather phenomena, complicating any maritime activities. Thanks to such harsh climatic conditions, Socotra's nature has managed to preserve its originality and uniqueness. These natural features have made the island practically unsuitable for mass settlement and large-scale economic activities, which in turn has allowed its ecosystem to remain virtually untouched for centuries. Nevertheless, in recent decades, climate change has begun to have an increasingly noticeable impact. The intensification of droughts and rising air temperatures are leading to some endemic species of plants and animals being threatened with extinction. Among them are dragon trees, rare desert roses, and other unique plants suffering from a lack of moisture. Traditional water sources used by the locals are gradually drying up, creating additional survival challenges. Ecologists and authorities are already warning that if such trends continue, Socotra may lose its rich flora and fauna, which have remained virtually unchanged for centuries, being an important part of the region's natural heritage. In this regard, various measures are being taken to preserve the island's unique nature. Environmental organizations, as well as government structures, are developing programs to protect and restore the local ecosystem. An important part of these efforts is the creation of specially protected natural areas, conducting scientific research, and implementing measures to control unauthorized collection of rare plants and hunting of animals. All this is done to preserve the wealth and diversity of Socotra's natural treasures for future generations. In recent years, the island has begun to attract more attention from tourists eager to see its unusual landscapes and rare natural attractions. Despite its remote location and limited infrastructure, travelers from around the world are eager to visit to enjoy the incredible wildlife, unique landscapes, and ancient culture of the local inhabitants. Socotra lacks large hotel complexes or developed tourist centers, making each visit truly special and memorable. Guests can stay in small eco-hostels or traditional houses built using local techniques, allowing them not only to experience the atmosphere of this unique corner of the planet, but also to contribute to the island's economy. However, the growth of tourism also brings negative consequences. The increase in visitors places additional strain on the fragile natural environment, and careless behavior by tourists, such as unauthorized collection of rare plants, poses a threat. To preserve Socotra's unique character, it is essential to maintain a delicate balance between tourism development and nature conservation, ensuring that future generations can witness this amazing place in its pristine beauty. Over the past few decades, the preservation of Socotra's nature has become a primary concern not only for the local inhabitants, but also for international environmental organizations actively involved in conserving this unique part of the planet. As part of efforts to protect its natural wealth, the island was designated a biosphere reserve under the aegis of the United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization, UNESCO. This status has drawn international attention to the issues facing its ecosystem and has stimulated scientific research and the development of programs to restore the populations of rare plant and animal species inhabiting the island. Equally important is educating the local population on the principles of sustainable resource use to ensure harmonious coexistence between humans and nature. One of the key steps in achieving these goals has been the creation of special protected zones where tree cutting, construction, and any other forms of environmental intervention are strictly prohibited. These areas serve as a reliable shield for preserving biodiversity and preventing the degradation of the island's unique ecosystems. However, despite all the measures taken, the impact of global climate change remains a pressing issue. It manifests in increased droughts, reduced freshwater supplies, and decreased yields of traditional crops, significantly complicating the lives of local residents and threatening their traditional way of life. Additionally, due to geopolitical instability in the region, funding for conservation projects is significantly limited, creating additional challenges for implementing plans to preserve the island. Nonetheless, enthusiasts, scientists, and environmentalists remain hopeful and continue to fight for the future of this unique corner of the Earth. Thanks to the efforts of tourists and locals, Socotra still has a chance to preserve its pristine natural beauty and continue to inspire people from all over the world with its unique natural harmony. This island remains one of the most mysterious and unexplored corners of our planet, continually astonishing researchers with its natural wonders. Despite modern challenges, Socotra retains its unique character, manifested in ancient trees, unusual landscapes, rare animals, and the distinctive culture of the local people. All of this makes it a true natural treasure, a living reminder of the importance of caring for the environment. The loss of such unique places would mean the loss of an invaluable part of our natural and cultural history, which cannot be justified. Today, Socotra is not just an isolated island in the ocean, but a symbol of the fragility of nature, which has adapted to challenging living conditions over millennia. Its fate depends on the joint efforts of scientists, ecologists, travelers, and the local inhabitants themselves, who fight for its preservation. There is hope that in the future, this corner of the planet can become an example of harmonious coexistence between humans and nature, demonstrating how to preserve the richness of wildlife and pass it on to future generations. For now, Socotra remains one of the last oases of untouched nature, where one can see the Earth as it was long before the advent of civilization. Wild, pure, and astonishingly beautiful. This island is truly unique. Its natural wealth inspires admiration, and makes us think about the necessity of preserving and respecting the surrounding world. The preservation of such places is not only the task of ecologists or scientists, but the responsibility of each of us. They remind us of how important it is to care for nature so that it can continue to delight us with its splendor in the future. Losing such corners would mean humanity losing an invaluable part of its natural and cultural history, which has been formed over millennia and is part of the common heritage of all humanity. Today, Socotra is more of a symbol of the fragility and vulnerability of nature, a reminder of the need for careful treatment of our world. This island, with its ancient trees, unique L. Thank you for your attention and interest in our material. We sincerely appreciate your presence and support, which helps us create new exciting and informative videos. We hope that the information provided was useful and inspiring for you, as our main goal is to share with you the most curious facts and interesting discoveries from the world of knowledge. We wish you to stay with us in the future, as even more amazing stories, fresh facts, and fascinating topics await us, which will surely broaden your horizons and provide new impressions. We hope that each of our new videos will become a source of inspiration and pleasant pastime for you. See you soon in the next video, where new discoveries and even more interesting facts await you, which we have prepared especially for you. Stay curious, keep learning new things, and maintain your interest in the world around you. Thank you for your time and trust.